Hey, boys.
Boys.
Oh my god. Hang on a second. I don't. Is my camera feed going through? Might be not be. Whatever. We're here.
There it
There,
is.
nice. Okay, we are here with Street Boys. My name is WarDrums, as he's mentioned, and I have on commentary Rebel Dragon.
Hello
Hello there. Who is the world record holder for this specific category, which is all stages NG plus, which means we've already beaten the game and unlocked all of the stuff and gotten our characters to max health or max level and stuff. And we're just gonna play every single stage as fast as possible. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is this game? Well, we're gonna talk about it throughout the run, but it's basically a beat 'em up from the late era of PlayStation 2 in like 2005, but it doesn't look like it because it's a budget game from Japan. But yeah, let's just get into it, and we'll see what happens. Also, the translation is amazing. I'll just let you read these real quick, and we have quiet court means we go, and the timer starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Woo.
Hell yeah, Street Boys.
Street Boys.
Yeah. So the first level we're gonna go into is the discrimination office. The amazing part of this game is we're basically gonna run past all the enemies because part of the NG Plus setup is we get a couple of items that increase our speed exponentially. The comparison in speed between no speed items and the speed items is incredible. The first
clip there, but didn't work because the enemy didn't follow me, and yeah, that's just nice. I get a chance to show it off again in a bit, hopefully.
Yeah. So the kind of the background to this game and why we even started considering it a thing. Basically, Ricky found this game in Thorixter found this game in a bookstore in Denmark and brought it to ESA Summer 2018.
18, yeah.
Yeah, and we all played it at the back, and kind of fell in love with this game because we were like, oh, this game's kind of fun, and then we saw the in-game timer at the end of stages, and we were like, oh, we could play this game. Yeah, and since then, we've broken this game wide open.
Yeah, and most of the stages is just like running past enemies, as Rebel mentioned. But that might sound easier than it actually is, because running in a straight line in this game is near impossible. Yeah. Yeah, we're making it to the first boss of the run. And I missed the quick kill. Nice. How do I do the back up here? I don't know. Well, we're gonna waste some time here. It's fine.
Yeah, so what you're trying to do when you're trying to kill the bosses is you're trying to overlap two large attack hitboxes. And when you overlap attack hitboxes in this game, the damage output just completely goes through the roof. So I assume you're getting stare down right now because my feed's lagging a little bit, so I haven't got.
That's fine. We got to stare down. This was bound to happen eventually with some of the bosses.
Yeah. So the boss. Oh yeah, this is a stare down where you get the lovely stare down with your amazing boss fight. Basically, the bosses in this game are actually incredibly specific. Basically, when you get them down to half HP, they will like kind of stop moving and go into that animation where they pull you into the stare down. Every single strat that we've made is to avoid those happening, but the thing is they're so specific and you have to get them right or it just doesn't work at all. So basically this game is kind of an all or nothing kind of game. You have to just do the strat and you have to get it right.
Yeah, and that specific boss, basically only the strat only works with the character Genji as your partner, and that's the only time we actually use him, which is why we start with that specific boss.
I don't know why Genji.
It just doesn't work with Miyuki, but she's the by far the best character for the rest of the game.
Oh, she's S tier. Absolutely an S tier character.
There we got the actual clip. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
One to show. Which has the funny side benefit that, like, normally we break the box to get a key to unlock our handcuff, but since we never got the key, we never unlock the handcuffs, but since the game assumes that we should have our hands free, it just unlocked them anyway after the loading screen, so that's nice. Oh, I got the chair grab. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we call that we call that the chair shame. So you have to go between those two chairs to hit the switch, and you have to hit the third switch down. There's no indication of which switch you need to hit. You just have to notice the third one.
Yeah.
And yeah, they all open different doors throughout the entire prison. Oh, we came into this level again because there's 2 boss fights we need to fight in here, and they both have different end screens. One has an S rank and one has a
A rank. Yeah.
A rank has its max rank. So we need to come through both. And there's 2 ways of doing this boss. WarDrums went for the easier strat, which is just the charge fist with Monkey.
Slower, but safer for me.
Yeah, you can do a strat where you punch 3 times and the uppercut has the same kind of hitbox effect as the charge attack does, but you have to, time those out with Moyuki's attack.
One of the other reasons why we fell in love with this game was the music, and
I'd rather hear the song.
This song or this level specifically has one of the best songs in the entire game. It just goes way too hard with the guitar and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's definitely one of the more fun games to grind in that sense. That you always have good music to listen to.
Yep. Something else we have now as well is you notice the big sword in his hand. That is the true wooden katana. You get that weapon by 100%ing the final level in this game. And essentially,
you unlock it, so you have to buy it afterwards.
Yeah. You unlock the ability to own it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's super powerful. It's long reach and amazing damage. So it's just like the go-to weapon for most cases.
Yeah. There are some niche cases in the individual level runs where different weapons are actually like slightly more optimal, but in all stages,
just normal fist is best in some of the levels. Yeah, the levels actually.
Yeah, no weapon is sometimes more optimal than weapon, but on average, having the weapon is better, and you have to have it equipped for most of these stages anyway. And taking it off and on between stages takes way too long because we don't want to plunder from the main character over and over.
Even just like getting rid of the weapon in stage by throwing it takes like almost a second of animation, so it's really not optimal. You're probably also noticing that the character is jerking back and forth a lot especially when the screen changes, and that's because whenever you're holding a direction and the screen changes, as long as you don't change the analog input, he will keep going in that direction no matter which way you're actually holding, until you do a slight movement with the stick, and then like, oh, I need to go this way instead.
Yeah, can I just say you made those cones look very easy. Those cones, they can catch you for
that was perfect.
Catch you for so long, and you just went, nah, I'm avoiding all of them, and went straight past all of them. The funny part of this game is that you can't, unless you've played this game, you don't understand how hard some of these things are, despite how basic the game looks in how you do movement and stuff. This game looks very basic, but the amount of concentration that you need to have for your movement and such. Oh, this is a hard boss fight.
This is one of the hardest stare down skips to do because it's so precise to actually hit the. But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Especially so there's 2 versions of that strat. There's a version again where you use the third hit of your combo, or you do the charge, and both of them are just as annoying as each other.
Yeah.
So.
I'd say it's more annoying, but it's faster.
yeah, absolutely. I'm pressing the 3 swings most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. Again, this stage has 2 exits, so we need to come in here again. Funnily enough, when you play through the story of this game, you only come to Gurren Street once. The alternative route is a version of the stage that unlocks after you beat a certain amount of the game. I don't know the context of it.
Yeah, I don't remember how far you have to go to actually unlock it, because
I can't remember where it is either, but all I know is that's the S rank route. You can't get an S rank in this stage unless you take that route, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it just gives you more chance to hear the amazing music.
Yes.
Such a banger.
Absolutely a banger of a track.
Yeah, and even just like running in a straight line with no camera changes is so hard because there's no dead zone on your controller in this game.
Yeah.
It's just like any small movement with the stick is just like, oh, this way, oh, this way, oh, this way.
Yeah, it's both a blessing and a curse because we can pretty much do any movement direction that we so choose.
Yeah.
But also that means we can do any direction we so choose.
Exactly.
It's both at the same time. Because usually games try and like, you know, make sure you don't go too far off track or like, you know, you don't like move yourself too far off a ledge or whatever. This game
It tries to constantly align itself behind you if you're turning a little bit, which just makes you go in a slight curve the entire time, and yeah, it's just so hard to walk straight.
Yeah, you actually can't. The only control of the camera you have in this game is you can reset the camera position.
Yeah,
but it's not very. All it does is give you like vertigo sickness, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, because it just like jerks the camera behind you, then zooms out a little bit, and it just does that when you're pressing it. And basically, the kind of like the only control you have is the camera does kind of have a little bit of consistency of where it goes depending on where you're moving. So basically, with the game having no dead zones and the camera being movement specific of where you end up, movement in this game is very hard because you can't actually like predict sometimes where it's going to be because you can't tell where your movement is taking you sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that was the end of that. Right, yeah. So I don't know which stage you go to next. I go to hospital next. Oh, you're going to school. Yeah. You're doing the good route.
Yeah. So here we're actually gonna get rid of the sword by just yeeting it to Mayuki, and walls are optional, so that's nice.
Yeah, hospital. The intended way to beat this stage is you meant to go through this entire hospital, opening the blue and red doors. We discovered very early on. This was we discovered it very early on that you could clip through walls by using enemies. We originally thought you had. We originally did what we called throw clips. WarDrums may have to do one here.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do it just for safety.
Yeah. So so you can jump clip using this girl, but it's very difficult. But you can also throw clip using her. But by throwing an enemy at a wall, females need a very specific angle, but males can be thrown at basically any angle, and you'll make it through. So by throwing an enemy at a wall, their hitbox will kind of like push you through. You don't actually have to push any buttons; you just pop straight through. Like it's pretty useful. Pretty useful.
Nice.
Because we don't have the sword for the final part of this, we're actually going to pick up a Thug Monthly magazine, as it's called.
It's the full special meter, which we haven't talked about because it hasn't been relevant. But basically, it allows us to do like a special attack, like I'm going to do here, and just going to insta-kill all of the enemies, because there's actually not a real boss for this stage. It's just a group of thugs.
Enemies.
And we can just do an AoE attack that just kills all of them, which is super nice.
Yeah, there is another way to do this. There's actually a couple of ways you can do this. The IO does a massive pause buffer thing, which obviously is not RTA viable, because pausing 15 times is not fast. The other way is you run to the left or right, whip towards the enemies and shoot the super, the solo super, and you hope it hits them all. The team super is definitely the most consistent, but you do lose about 7 seconds doing it because the animation's a little bit longer.
But it's definitely worth it for like full game, and especially for marathon settings. So this is
your stage.
Yeah, this is my stage, my favorite stage, and I don't even hold world record anymore. And I haven't for a long time because Ricky is just a god at this game apparently.
I mean,
this is probably my favorite stage, regardless, and it's just like it has banger music. It's just a lot of like walking, but it's still fun.
To be fair, out of all of us that did a lot of stuff, you guys that grinded the ILs became very competitive between the few people that were doing stuff. We welcome more people doing ILs in this game because. The ILs in this game are really fun.
They are super fun, and any second barrier anytime anybody beats a world record by just a second, it's amazing. It's so good. And a lot of dang it, I lost the sword. That's bad. Whatever. Well,
that's not too bad. You can just do. you have to do an extra flying kick on the boss, and then you can shoot him. So you might get a little bit roundabouted by him because that can happen if you got to kick him 3 times. But it's fine.
Get over here.
Oh, you should. Yeah, jump clip time. Yeah. So something else with this game is you can skip a lot of fights by clipping through walls, etc., or skip sections. Hopefully that guy.
You're supposed to like beat all of those 4 ducks and then the doors open, but you can just like use the small ones to jump clip through, which is super nice.
Yes, with doing jump clips as well, this is something which confused us very, very early. Is that we always thought you had to like hold directions or whatever. No, if you just jump in front of a wall, like and hold no direction, an enemy will always walk into the back of you in this game for whatever reason if you're right by the wall and push you through. Like, obviously it depends. There's a couple of enemies that are a bit harder to like do it with, but you can do it.
You can't even do it. Like the big guys you can't, and the girls is very, very hard. Like you kind of need a secondary wall to the side of you to do it.
Yeah, because for some reason they have different hitbox sizes, and it matters immensely. Actually, the hitbox sizes in this game actually do matter, like a lot.
And they are not consistent, and they are very weird. And you can easily get just trapped by enemies. And sometimes you can push them out of the way, and sometimes they just lock in place, which is certainly a thing.
In an elevator.
Yeah, in an elevator. So if you looked at the top there, you could have spotted that the hotkey says circle for in an elevator.
Our favorite, in an elevator.
Yeah. And that's the end of the stage, and we're going to the boss, which is going to be interesting because I don't have the weapon that I normally do.
Yeah, fine. Just kick it extra fun. It's fine. Something with full game runs is they're actually very like volatile because as you can see, WarDrums got hit once and he lost a sword, and that happens with a lot of attacks in this game. So
yeah,
this game is like very much at like a high level. It's just run and go, and just don't get hit. Like it's the epitome of get good stuff, basically. It's just go.
Yeah.
254 is not bad for losing the weapon.
No, I'm totally fine with that. Like the one like 36 or something. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to the infamous or famous Bakuretsu High School, which is the stage that kind of got the game's fame because it has the shortest stage, which is the revisit, essentially, where we go to the basement of the school instead of going all the way to the top and then back down. Essentially, like as we mentioned earlier, the game got discovered in 2018, and in 2019 we invited everybody to get a tied world record on this stage, which would be a 25-second. Oh, I already messed it up. Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, so we invited everyone to get 25s, and then the famous runner Cool Kid came along and went, I got a new strat for you guys, and got a 24, and we were like, oh, okay. Guess that's a thing. But what's actually funny is this stage has had quite a lot of progression, like, for the world record, because I remember, like, it started at, like, a 30-something, and then we somehow kept saving more and more time in the stage through different strats and different ways to do it. And we're like, oh, it's got a lot going on, this.
Yeah. Yeah, so during that 1 year from 18 to 19, this game just had so much progression in the IL department.
Well, the fact every time we pick up this game, somehow, like, the main place this game gets played is when we're all together at events, and suddenly, every time, we always manage to find something that breaks a world record in a stage.
Yeah.
Like, somehow, there's always a progression somewhere that we go, yes, apparently we can do that. Like, so this game has like a lot of glitches that like we wouldn't always use in a like a full game run. This stage has a trick called a fake retry, where if you pick up that key at the same time as like retrying, it like teleports you back to the starting position, but keeps the same instance of the stage running. So you can like use it to teleport back, but it's like a really like difficult type frame.
If you miss it, it just resets the level without you getting the key, which is obviously really bad.
Yeah, so but it is actually like a really cool trick, and it does like and you're like, oh, what? This game has that? It's like, yeah. But yeah, so this entire stage is where we're running through the stage and trying to hit the big guys. because
they have keys that unlocks the next level. These guys do not have keys, so we're gonna ignore them. And the last big guy is in this last room down here, and then we're gonna go all the way back down again, which is fun.
You can actually clip through every single one of these doors to get to all the different floors. But the problem is when you do that, the keys are actually programmed really smartly for some unknown reason in this game. Basically, the keys are programmed for you to pick up the first key, and then the second key, and then the third key. But the actual key you pick up doesn't matter which one. It's like if you pick up the second key first, it thinks it's the first key.
Yeah. So
you have to pick up 3 keys regardless of what you do.
Yeah, so basically it counts how many keys you've picked up, and you need that amount of keys to unlock the next door.
Yeah.
Kind of. So you need all of them, and it's just kind of annoying. Because it would be very cool to, like, clip through the doors instead.
Yeah. Well, it depends, because I remember the cells being very long, and then when we found it didn't work, we're like, no!
Yeah.
This is so bad.
Yeah. So when playing this game casually, or the first time you play this, you're actually playing, or you get against these thugs, and afterwards you actually fight against Mayuki as a boss, and then you unlock her as a character.
Yes.
But on revisit, you don't have to fight Mayuki again.
Yeah, so we're just going to use Mayuki Super. We haven't really mentioned Mayuki Super. Mayuki has a couple attacks she can do when you press her the Super button. She has this spinning around attack, which is her best move. It's like the best Super in the game. And she has another one where she launches her yo-yo forward and pretty much walks the dog in someone's face, and that move is actually only useful in one instance.
Oh, what's that?
It's
useful.
It's the 10 and quarter. Like if she does it at the start of that, like because it's like her regular attack essentially. So the spin around is her super, and then the walk the dog is her like regular attack of hers, and pressing the button either calls her to do the super or that, depending on where she is and what her AI is doing. But at the start of this fight, not at the start of this fight, at the start of the boss fight in this stage, you're in Tenu Quarter, you want her to hit the boss 3 times, and that move has 3 hitboxes.
Ooh, that was close.
So it's actually pretty useful if like she decides to do it, but it's not too important. All right.
Do you guys have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
We have $10 from Manajira saying street. Thank you.
Boyz.
That's not the donation.
We have to complete it. We can't leave it hanging.
Yeah, no. Has to happen.
Has to happen. It's like a universal law. But yeah, this entire stage is kind of scary because these black suit guys. Let's see if we can do it. I didn't get the lag frames. Sorry, got sidetracked. These black suited guys can like knock you down with one spin kick, and it's kind of scary because when you get knocked down, you lose your weapon.
Yeah,
because the game is fun like that.
The spin kick's fully invincible as well, so you have no shot to block it, or like you can't even hit them through it.
Okay, I got knocked down, but it's fine. We don't need it for the boss fight.
Yeah, so this is another instance where we don't need the sword right at the end, which is actually pretty useful. Damn, that guy got you good.
Yeah. And we found this strat where just like this is a double fight, and we can just take both of the bosses out with one Kamehameha, as I like to call it, because that's kind of what it is.
The yo-yo attack.
Yeah, she did. Which is nice.
Yeah, so essentially the crux of that is the big laser beam, or the Kamehameha as we'll call it, basically gets an extra hitbox if it counter hits an opponent.
Yeah.
So we use it during a big charge up attack, and the game goes, "Oh, that's a counter hit now," and then it just transfers their HP.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier the amazing music, and for this stage, Harbor, they just decided, nah, we've had enough music for now. Let's just have no music at all. So it's just like eerie Harbor noises.
There was an open area for you to go, this is a banger track, and just have the Harbor noises, man. Absolute Oh my god, this stage genuinely gives me like heart palpitations when I like play it.
All right, let's see if I can do the thing.
Because I actually hate the start of this stage.
Oh, I didn't do the thing. It's like the hardest trick in the entire game.
Yeah, genuinely, the hardest trick in this entire game is doing this jumping
Platforming.
sequence.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's super clean, actually. Like, I missed one. I'll take that any day. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're flying through this. It's going way too fast.
Damn, that was a really good backup jump.
Yeah.
Right, so something which WarDrums has been doing this entire time we haven't brought up is when WarDrums is defeating the enemies, he's trying to beat them using Mayuki's super attack, the spinning move, because that move instantly knocks them down, so they don't have an animation where they like crouch down and like fall over.
Yeah, they despawn faster, so
Yeah.
the next set of enemies can spawn faster, which is very nice.
Yeah,
God damn it.
she kind of screwed you over a little bit there because she did the.
No, that's fine.
I know you're getting punched. Let's go.
We're fine. We're through. Okay, well, if I get the stare down skip, it's gonna be hype because Joe is back.
Yep, Digger Man this time, not Bike Man.
Which is the guy, the same guy that was on the motorbike.
I'll be honest with you, I still don't fully understand how this stare down skip works. All I know is that if you do this in the way that we're doing it, it sometimes happens.
Sometimes works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this, like everything you do in terms of like all your little movements and things goes into it, and it's actually fairly it's fairly like specific. Even the order you throw the barrels in is actually fully like rooted out and specific. It's I genuinely have to have it noted down when I go back to this game as to what the order is, because if you don't throw it in that order, you can't get the stare down skip.
Yeah, and even if you do in that order, it's random.
I don't even
Feels
know
like
what the
it, at least.
percentage chance is. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not mathed it out either. And we're into the final stage, which is also the longest stage. So that's perfect. Sunshine Building. And you guys should probably know this by now. Oh, come on, guys. I need you. Thank you. That fighting takes quite a while, so we're gonna need this guy to help us out a little bit.
Yep.
And jump clip, and we're through.
Hell yeah. You can also do a fake retry at the start of this stage.
Which just despawns the door, which is kind of funny.
All it does is despawn the door, and it still it can take you a minute to do sometimes because it is pretty tight on the frames as I said, do a fake retry. But it is fairly funny.
Yeah, it basically has you just press start and X at the same time when trying to restart the level. That's what the fake retry is, or how you do it. But you have to do it on the same frame, so. Yeah, 60 frames per second. You know the deal by now. Like, you're not new to speedrunning, any of you, I believe. And it's just not worth it to do in full game runs.
Yeah. So this stage is actually basically an entire massive maze.
Yeah.
When we first played through this stage, it took like, and if you do the 100% route of it, it takes like 20 something minutes, even more to get through this stage. It takes a while because this stage is huge, and there's even like more to this stage that we don't do because the game has like an inbuilt skip for half of the stage that you can just
This is gonna take people way too long. Let's not force them to do this unless they really want to.
They're like, let's not do this. Let's like not mess people about.
But yeah, they got a little bit lazy here at the end, so it's just a lot of hallways. And when you think you've seen some hallways. You turn a corner and it's just more hallways, and then there's some like storage rooms and then more hallways, more hallways.
Something else. This stage has an amazing guitar riff in the song, but it happens really late in the song, and the song restarts a lot, so you never get to it. If you want to listen to the soundtrack of this game, Punchy ripped it off the game. So there's a playlist of it on YouTube of all the music in this game. So
the tracks, honestly, like they are all fantastic.
Yes, they're all amazing. So shout outs to Punchy for doing that. I can't remember which channel it's on. I think it's on Punchy Uncommon.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So this stage is meant to be 50 floors high, but you skip a ton of floors by taking these lifts and etc. And like these are like required lifts and things. So look, we're on the floor 50.
Yeah.
Something else.
51 and 52.
But yeah, so WarDrums has been avoiding Molotov guys this whole time. Yeah, they throw basically a fireball that travels in a straight line from the angle that they decide to throw it. It's basically one of the freest attacks to get hit by in the entire game. It's very easy to get hit by it.
Yeah, and
So-
even if you pass them, they can throw another one at you from behind, and that one is so hard to see because it's obviously coming from a blind angle.
Yeah.
I have been sniped by those from like very far away. But yeah, basically when they throw, they just throw in a straight line. There is no gravity on that object. You can also throw items yourself, and the same thing will happen. It'll just fly in a straight line for ages. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
Okay,
Right.
so we're almost at the end here. We just need to turn the last corner and take one last lift, and then we are basically at the final boss, which is... we haven't talked about the story of this game at all because it's kind of weird. But basically, we're trying to... We're a thug, and we want to beat up the master thug of the world, of this world. And he is so hardcore that he's built a robot for himself.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and one shot real quick here.
Yeah. I don't have a copy of the box that has the synopsis of like the story on, but it is very funny if you read it.
And time. Sorry, that was a little quick. But yeah, there we go. That's the game. And I think that was actually a pretty good time.
That's pretty solid time actually for a marathon run.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's my-
solid. Pretty good.
PB even.
I don't know what your
I think
PB.
that is close to beating my PB at least. I'm not quite sure, but there we go. GG. 310 for final stage. I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, I think we'll just call it there and send it back to Ahist, and hope you enjoy the rest of these marathons. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for both the street and the boys. Before I let you go, we have $10 by Monojira saying "boys." So the contractual obligations have been met. Thank you,
Good.
Momo. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you soon in a Portal 2 run that we will just be setting up.